In today's education news, and for the first time in what feels like forever, I think the government are getting something right with education. Yes, the current Education Secretary's views on the potential of AI is very much aligned with exactly what I've been saying over the past couple of years for how it can really save teachers' time. He was recently interviewed saying it's going to play an important role in freeing teachers' time up. Now, the focus isn't necessarily on children using this sort of technology, it's more about supporting staff to help them deliver the best possible education. She wants to see that over the next couple of years, AI is embedded in schools, supporting staff to make the most out of this technology so that they can focus on the most important aspect of their job, which is the actual teaching. You know how much I've been banging on about the potential of AI to reduce workload, and whilst I don't think it's going to be the solution to all of the issues we're facing in education, I think it can certainly help, especially when the stats are showing teachers are working over 50 hours a week, SLT are working more. Main reason why teachers are thinking about quitting teaching is the workload. Do you think it's positive and encouraging that the government have been putting out guidance to help schools embrace AI, making sure they are doing it safely and effectively? What's really frustrating for me is the amount of messages I still get from teachers saying that their schools have banned it, telling them they're not allowed to use it, even though the government are saying no. If it can save you time, if it can help teachers, use it. Obviously making sure that when you do use it, you're doing it safely, responsibly and effectively. The fact that some schools are still banning it for teachers is really frustrating. I even had a head teacher recently say to me, my worry with AI, Mr. P, is it's just going to make some of my lazy teachers even more lazy. Which I said, well, whose fault is it that you've got lazy teachers? I mean, you employed them. I actually didn't say that. I thought it, but I didn't actually say that. Instead, I said, just out of interest, have you got a school subscription to this resource website, that resource? And she said, yeah. I went, well, what's the difference? Now, it is at this point that I want to make a very clear distinction between the idea of a lazy teacher and an efficient teacher. I think in some schools, teachers who are striving to be efficient, meaning they are being the best version of themselves, but willing to have a cut-off point, not willing to work weekends and evenings, not willing to sacrifice their own health and well-being, that can sometimes be turned against them and be seen as lazy. Just because they're not willing to buy into this idea that for you to be a good, effective teacher, you have to work every hour under the sun, you have to be first in school, you have to be last to leave. And that teacher martyrism is one of the reasons we've got this retention crisis, and it needs to stop. So those teachers who are striving for a better work-life balance, who are willing to say no, who aren't willing to take on initiatives if it's not going to have an impact, they're the teachers that should be put on a pedestal, with everyone else saying, be like that teacher, rather than the opposite, where it's those teachers who are working themselves to the point of burnout every half term and everyone going, why not more like that teacher? Let's make it clear, I know there are some lazy teachers, but there are also teachers who just want to do this job and have a decent work-life balance, recognise that they are the most important resource in the classroom, so taking time for themselves isn't a bad thing. They're the teachers I know are probably already using AI because they know it saves them time. Now, I know there's lots of AI tools out there. Teachmate is the one that I have helped create to harness AI to make it so easy for teachers to just embrace it to make their lives easier. And one of the biggest benefits about Teachmate is it complies with all the guidance from the government, so it is a safe platform for teachers to use. We recently did a survey with teachers who have been using Teachmate. Over 1,800 teachers answered, and some of the findings are incredible. 94% saying it's improved their well-being, 90% agreeing it's the best initiative their schools implemented to reduce workload. 4 out of 5 teachers said it's helped reduce stress and prevent burnout. Aside from all the benefits of saving teachers time, what we're finding is it's really empowering teachers to now create resources instantly that are more personalised and bespoke to their class and the curriculum they're teaching. Over 80% of teachers agreed that resources created on Teachmate are more personalised to their class compared to other resources online. So I don't buy that idea it's making teachers lazy. It's empowering teachers to make more bespoke resources personalised to their class. Best finding from this whole survey was the fact that 3/4 of teachers who were seriously considering leaving the profession actually cited Teachmate as a key reason to stay. So when we're faced with the biggest retention crisis we've ever known, 40,000 teachers leaving the profession every year, knowing there's something here that's actually keeping teachers in the profession is just incredible. So to know the government are recognising this as well and are going to continue to support schools in embracing more AI to reduce workload is only a good thing. And here's my prediction. Workload, I don't think, will be the main reason why teachers are quitting in the next year or so. I think the next time these sort of stats come out, I don't think that's going to be at the top. I think it's going to be replaced with behaviour. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer when it comes to behaviour, because of the 17 years I've been teaching, this year I think I've been struggling the most with behaviour management. I think the only saving grace is that on my training I always ask the question, what tasks take up most of your time? And what's coming out more and more prominently is behaviour management. And so I don't think it's necessarily a you issue. I think this is an issue I think it can be a you issue, but I think it's more something that's affecting every teacher, no matter where I am in the country. I don't know what the solution is when it comes to this behaviour crisis. It's a topic for another video, I think, but the government are definitely going to need to put things in place to support teachers, because whilst we might be turning a corner with workload with the help of things like AI, I don't think it's necessarily going to bring down the amount of teachers leaving the profession if behaviour continues to be as bad as it is at the minute.